Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bean here, and today I'm coming at you with a couple TBR videos actually. So these TBRs are for readathons that I have created for myself in order to allow me to catch up on my TBR for the year that has kind of gotten a little bit out of control. I have not been reading nearly as much as I should be or as I wanted to. In other words, I'm about 18 books behind on my reading goal for this year. So I don't know how I'm going to catch up, but I always figured readathons are always a good way to give it a shot, and they have worked in the past, so I'm going to give it a shot. The first readathon that I am going to be attempting to do is a 7 books in 7 days, and that's going to run actually this upcoming week, the 12th through the 18th, right? Yes, the 12th through the 18th, and my goal for that is to read 7 books in 7 days, as the title says. I will be doing a vlog for that one, so be on the lookout for that. And I'm just going to go through the books really quickly that I do plan on reading. One of the first books that I really want to read during those 7 books in 7 days is The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. I've had this book on my TBR for who knows how long. I think since last October was the first time it actually made an appearance on the TBR. I did not read it for our book club book of the month, and I really don't have a reason as to why I didn't. I just didn't. And so it's about time that I read it, don't you think? All I really remember about this book is that it is about a haunted house, and actually it did not get the best reviews, unfortunately, so we'll see how I like it. I'll keep you guys updated on that. The next book is another book that I don't have an excuse as to why I haven't read, and that's Lipstick Voodoo by Christy Cherish. I now have the 3rd book in this series, and I still need to read the 2nd one. So this is the 2nd one. It is about a voodoo practitioner, and it's basically about her trying to solve the problems that her supernatural friends and roommates have caused. So I believe this one follows her as she tries to fix a problem that her ghost of her roommate has caused. So this will be interesting, and I'm very excited to read this one. The next book that I plan to read is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This book has actually been on a TBR for not too long. I think it's only been on for like a month or so. I think it was on either April or May's TBR. I have heard amazing things about this. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling that takes place in 1920s. I believe it's the 1920s. Yep, 1920s Shanghai. So right there, that caught my attention. I'm not the biggest fan of Romeo and Juliet as a story, but the retellings sometimes have some merit to them, and I really appreciate them. Next book, because on any sort of TBR, especially one that lasts a week, you want to have those light, fluffy books that'll take you an hour to get through. I have Heartstopper Volume 3 by Alice Oseman. I will be getting Volume 4 at some point this year. I don't remember when it comes out exactly, but I have not caught up yet, so this is definitely going to be a super quick and easy read. These books are so adorable, and I love the romance in here. It's so cute, and there's a map on the cover, so I'm just very, very excited to see where this one goes. The next book, I have no excuses for it, and I say this every single time it's on any TBR I have, and that's Soul of the Sword by Julie Kagawa. I just got Callie to read Shadow of the Fox, which is the first book in the series, and she loved it too. So I really need to finish this trilogy so that way I can finish it, because I loved the first one so much that not continuing it really is kind of starting to bug me, not gonna lie. So I really want to, this is high up on the priority list. Another book that's high up on the priority list for this readathon is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 2nd book in the Throne of Glass series. These books have been lent to me by Callie, and so I really do need to read them so that way I can get them back to her, and that way we can talk about the series, because I need to know what happens. I mean, the first book was great. I absolutely loved it, but I haven't read the 2nd one yet, so it's right here. I need to read it. And I have the 3rd one sitting on the shelf staring at me, glaring at me, more accurately. So, yes. And the last book that is on the official TBR for my 7 books in 7 days is Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manansala. And this is a cozy mystery. I just read a cozy mystery and it made me so very happy. So you know what? I think I need to read more of them. And I've heard that this one is going to be adorable, so I am excited to read it. Plus, it's a book of the month book, and I'm a little bit behind on my book of the months, so that's another thing I need to catch up on. Okay, and then for each of the 2 readathons that I'm going to talk about, I have a bonus book that I will be very excited if I get through as well. And the one for this is Artemis Fowl, The Arctic Incident. This is the second book in the Artemis Fowl series by Eamon Colfer. I read the first one. I completely forgot what happened in it until I reread it. And oh my gosh, that book is intense. And whew, if you want to see my review, check out my wrap up from last month, because I read it last month and it was so good, but it was just, I don't remember this as a 10-year-old. But anyways, I have the second book. It doesn't match the first book that I have this series, but I'm still super excited, and this does follow some of the same characters from what I recall. The second readathon that I'm planning on doing is a 24 in 48. So it's basically going to be a weekend readathon from June 25th to the 26th, because I really don't have anything going that weekend. I was going to be out of town, but now I'm going to be in town, so I might as well do a readathon. And so basically the concept of a 24 and 48 is that over the course of 48 hours, you read for 24 of those hours. There are official 24 and 48 readathons. This is not one of them. This is one I'm making for myself because this type of readathon always seems to work for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do my own version. I have 3 books that I want to read. I don't know that I'll read all of them, but I do want to. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I also have 1 bonus book per usual, like I always will for any of my readathons. The first book that I really want to get to, though, is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I really do enjoy Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing, but I haven't read her adult books yet. I've only read her YA series. I read Storm and Fury, sorry. I read that one and I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 both times that I read it. And yeah, I have been lent this one again by Callie. So we'll see what I think of it and what ends up happening, if I continue with this series or if it's not my cup of tea. But it's been everywhere, as you know. If you don't know anything about it, I don't know what to tell you about that. Don't remember exactly what it's about either, so that's why I'm saying I don't know what to tell you about it. I'm going into it having not been following TikTok, because I have been off of TikTok because it just became really toxic for me, so I'm not going there right now. We're not gonna be on there much, but I have only heard amazing things about this series, and I believe the 3rd one just came out, so I'm excited to finally try this. The second book that I'm going to be hopefully reading in this readathon is the buddy book that I'm reading with Callie, and that is Blade of Secrets by Tricia Levenseller. This is the first book in her new duology. I believe it's just the Blade of Secrets duology, but the second one is not out yet, but I got this one from Beacon Box, so I actually have a letter from the author in here, which makes me super happy. And it is such a pretty book, and I have yet to meet a Tricia Levenseller book that I did not like. So we're going to this one with high hopes. High hopes. And the last book that's on the official TBR for this readathon is One of Us Will Be Dead by Morning by David Moody. This is a pick from this month for my TBR, and I believe this was either a horror novel or a book box pick, because this is from my Page Habit box, but I believe this is a horror novel. So I don't know a lot about it, except for it's a bit like And Then There Were None. Which I just reread, and I absolutely love that book. But we'll see. I'm very intrigued by this. I've had it on my shelf forever. And yeah, so we're looking forward to reading it. The last book I want to talk about here today is my extra book for that readathon, and it is one that I just recently got in the mail, and it is an art copy of The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I got this sent to me from the publisher, and I don't know a lot about it. I got a whole little package, at first that really confused me, because all they sent the first time was a postcard saying you've been invited to the society, to the Maiden Society is what it is. And I got very confused as to what it is. So I ended up having to look it up, and I thought I was invited to a cult for a little bit there, and it was good branding on their part. But this is, according to the back, it says, is a spellbinding tale of psychological suspense, weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. We'll see how I enjoy this book. I gave his last book, The Silent Patient, a 3.5 out of 5, I believe. I enjoyed it. It was unique, just wasn't exactly my style. But I am very intrigued by this one by adding in the Greek mythology aspect. I love mythology, so I'm very curious to see where this book goes. Okay, so now that I'm looking at them, that's a lot of books for me to try and get through over the next like 2 weeks. But I think I can do it. Fingers crossed I can. But that is my ultimate goal. So if you guys want to participate with me, do let me know down in the comments below. I will be more active on Instagram now. I finally have some time. I finally have the space, and I'm going to be doing stuff. Finally. So, I guess that's all I have for you guys here today. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up right now and subscribe. We post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And if you want to be reminded when we post these videos, hit the little bell icon down below. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep reading. Bye!